This is why all this is in chronological order. That's why we're going from reverse to forward.
Yeah.
Because now you have the whole right side of the brain coming left, where we read it left side going right. So now it's a fullness of understanding if one is really applying himself intellectually. So if not, then we're going to become a Sufa 52, which is an unbeliever, a al kafaroon. So if you heard that word kafir, that's where it means, the unbelief. One, O people, there is no other deity but Allah, the compassionate, the beneficent, the gracious. So as we see, even the jinn has a name of Allah, but not the unbeliever. Remember, Bliss was told to prostrate.
Yeah.
So prostration, he was an angel then. Iblis was an angel at that moment. When he decided to choose to not do what Allah said, and which was prostrate, this is when he became a jinn. But he still worked for Allah. Don't he always tell you that he was appointed a time to do his work?
Yeah.
To test the creation,
Yeah.
to see if they have the faith? Because people down here say with their mouth, but they don't have any action within their spiritual character.
Yeah.
See, because all this is playing out on a spiritual level.
Sure enough is.
Because these the people that's going to either take you to heaven,
Yeah.
angels, or take you to the other place,
Yeah.
jinns,
That's big.
the abyss. Because that's how it all flowing up. So now in number 3, it says, all glory and honor be to Allah and no other. The unbelief is for the willing ignorance. Willing. That power of ignoring.
And how much of that you see daily?
Mm-hmm.
Willing ignorance.
The willing ignorance. Willing to ignore it.
Yeah.
Now this got to do with your life,
Yeah.
but you willing to ignore your own life
Yeah.
for. Hell, let's continue. Number
Willing
5.
to ignore divine instruction.
Divine instructions.
Ain't that?
So you got to know you getting what's coming for
Oh,
you.
you gonna get what's coming to you.
And if the person listen to whoever got what coming from, then you gonna get what's coming for them to you.
Right. That's right.
It's just like a disease. If you sleep down with
Yeah.
a battered woman, you gonna get
Yeah.
the same disease.
Yeah.
If the man got the disease and he sleep with a woman, he gonna transfer the
That's
disease.
right. And this is real as real can be.
Right. So if we saying if you don't have enough intelligence to say, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not feeling right in this moment.
Yeah.
This situation is not agreeable with my inside.
Yeah.
Then this is start the willing ignorance. You ignoring that voice inside we just read.
Yeah.
The angel's gonna talk to you, and the jinn's gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
So when you have done good things out of your life, when you heard that voice, that's the angels. When you feel bad after doing such an act,
Yeah.
and that conscience is pending on you,
Yeah.
but you ain't saying nothing to nobody, but internally you feel this way. It's called depression. That is where the jinns come in. See, if you do a good act, it will never go into depression.
That's right.
Every good act I have done for myself, it can never turn into depression. It can only be what you put the reward is in the deed itself. So the person that's not studying is always unhappy. The person studying is always happy. The study is the science of happiness.
It is.
What you think divinity is? Sadness, gloominess, depression, as we read, hatred, self-ignorance, intolerance.
Yep. And you can tell just as crystal clear of the people who study and the ones who don't study. Look at their behavior, look at their conversation, listen what come out of their mouth.
Yes, that's all you need right there.
And all you hear today is all about sports, how much money you done made, how much money you done got, and whatever the case may be, that's all you hear.
Mm-hmm. Great
You
points.
don't hear nothing, nobody talking nothing of divinity, but just the opposite. Pay attention.
Mm-hmm. They might say the word God,
But that ain't
but they won't never
sufficient.
say divine.
No. And just like you be careful there, because just like you now this a lot of our trouble too. We hear the word God a lot. And I think we was warned about the word God. He said, thou shalt have no other, plural now, thou shalt have no other gods
Mm-hmm.
before me.
For me. Mm-hmm.
So people think when they say God, they got it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're on the right track. And I don't know of not one thing or source, place, people, place or thing that doesn't have a name.
Mm-hmm.
Even that go for the word God itself, because you need to be specific
Mm-hmm.
when you say God. Now you need to know who you talking about.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we'll find out through the study.
That's
People who
right.
shut their studies off think God is his name, for
Yeah.
one, and then they think God is divine,
Yeah.
for two.
Yeah.
So when they say that word, that's the intent behind it.
Yeah.
But through their lack of study, they can't say it
That's what I'm talking about.
because
That's
they
my
still
point.
sinning.
That's my point right there.
Right. And when you still sinning, you can't say holiness. You can't do holy acts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to respect it.
Yeah.
But you can't disrespect it.
That's right. That's right. That's my point right there.
Oh, yeah. Just get round drinkers. You will be able to see this whole effect.
Yeah.
See, because they call things that drink gin.
Yeah.
That's why you won't see a wise man drinking, but you will see a wise man smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all better believe Jesus smoked cannabis, Muhammad smoked cannabis, Abraham smoked
Moses
cannabis,
did
all the
too.
way down.
I remember reading it.
Anybody who come from Abraham smoked cannabis. This is what we do as part of the sacred smoke. We don't do anything violent, non-violent. We are in peace and we in our divine works. We got works to do here. Check out my works and you will see the works that's here to be done. This is what all beings are supposed to be doing here, carrying out your work so this world can become a better place. But if you don't believe in yourself,
Dominant.
yeah, if you don't believe in yourself, then you ain't gonna believe in anything else. It's gonna be an unbelief, and that's why you feel like you believe in something else. But it's not a belief, it's an unbelief. Transferring just like a disease. So when we ignoring things, this is the unbelief itself. To believe is to start knowing. But to start ignoring is to take you away from knowing. You will never get to knowing ignoring.
Yeah.
That's just impossible. That's like turning right and trying to go straight. That's not going to happen.
Goodness.
Straight is the straight path.
Straight path.
It says the straight and the narrow gate.
That's right.
So the only right path is the straight path.
Beautiful.
So when we're talking about straight, that means knowing. With all you're doing, knowing what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
Uh-oh. And guess what? When you do something that you don't know what you're doing, it's gonna let you know, because that outcome is gonna be wrong.
Beautiful talking point right there. It's going to be wrong. It ain't going to be perfect. That's how you going to know. It's going to match up with perfect. like the Creator, or it's going to be imperfect, bringing depression. What else? It says, number 5, the ones who stuff their own ears
What?
with wool
What?
and shield their own eyes.
Don't want to hear.
Or see it. You bring them, they don't want to see it. Bring it online, they don't want to hear it.
Ooh-wee.
But they doing something.
Busy bodies. Busy as a bee. Doing something. Somewhere, somehow.
And so these the people that becomes the where you learn from the unjust. The people who love to stuff their ears,
Yeah.
watch them in life. What happens to them?
Yeah.
Why they watch how they always be in depression.
Oh, yeah.
This is the key word to understand, to know when you're dealing with a jinn. Or they possessed by a jinn is through depression.
Yeah.
Don't think that spirits don't know how to make one possessed or obsessed.
Yeah.
So when one is becoming possessed, one is obsessed about a lower nature.
That's right. And that's why people don't have time for studies, truth studies,
Right, it's opposite.
because they caught up.
Your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind dirty, it's gonna show. You can't hide nothing, not from me, at least for me.
No.
But maybe from a fool you can.
Yeah.
I'm well read. I'm real studied.
Yeah. You can't hide.
Over decades.
But you can't hide.
Yes.
And just like you said, you used the word decade. It just wasn't just yesterday. You've been on this truth journey for a long time.
Yes. It's a
It
balance.
ain't just one day you got it.
18 years.
It ain't just no one day.
It's moving with the life. All 36 years. 18 years with the lower self, 18 years with the higher self. Now I tell you what self going to the divine. So if you didn't put in, this is what I try to help people to understand. Time is your life.
It is.
You have spent, if we don't know, it's 24 hours in a day. When you was younger, you have spent majority of your life away from yourself into a whole nother institution.
That's right.
That didn't teach you nothing of yourself.
That's right.
And you stay in there unless you dropped out of it.
That's right.
Unless you had enough common sense to drop out of that.
Yeah.
You stay in there for 18 years.
Yeah.
And that's 18 years of your brain.
Yeah.
Now that goes in your brain.
That's
and
right.
you start behaving out what's in your brain.
Yeah.
So now all you can do is act what's in your brain, which is lower self-education.
Yeah.
So now when you seeing the younger people fighting, brawling, spitting, cursing, doing all these things that's super negative, it's because the education is super negative.
Yeah.
And then, but now that since they graduated high school,
And
meaning
on to another
level
of college.
right, you can
Yeah.
stop in the midst
Yeah.
and choose your own choice. You can say, I'm finna go to the next level, find what I'm gonna do, or you can say, hey, I've been going to school for 18 years and I ain't found myself yet.
Yeah.
Let me take a time to find myself,
take a
and
break.
then let me see when I find myself, do I want to go back to that education school?
Yeah.
Now, if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real with others. The most people you have to be real with in life is your parents. If you can't be real with your parents, life will swallow you up. Because your test in life is to be real with your parents, because your creator created the parents you came through.
Yeah.
And the test of your life is the test of your parents. Because you have to understand the higher self and the lower self, which is your parents. And this is where it all comes to understand the words of truth.
Yeah.
This is where it comes in. You have a choice that you have to make when you become, they call an adult. You become of age and you become of competence where now you can choose your own thoughts. In other words, you choose where your feet go. So now when you start choosing where your feet go, this is where your parents get to see you come up into your own self and to see what you make in life and make your choices in life. Now that gives them the power to see.
Yeah.
So now when we coming into this understanding, if we don't know who we are and we keep trying to please our parents but not pleasing yourself to find out who you are so they can see who you are.
Yeah.
Because we have to know this situation is coming through all generations. We don't get here through nothing but the Creator.
Right.
So the Creator are our parents if we know it or not.
Yeah.
So this is the test and the trials and tribulations that we have to understand. So number 6 tell us less, meaning in fear, they hear the words of truth. So this is why people, when they say, man, I can't do what you did, or they say, I commend you for what you're doing, but I can't do it.
Can't do it.
What you mean you can't do it?
I don't want it.
There you go. So you willing to stay in that
You
condition
know.
that your brain is in,
Yeah.
and you know that you can change it, or you seen someone else change it,
Yeah.
but your brain won't allow it. And that's due to education.
Yeah.
So you have to re-educate yourself for the amount of years that you was educated.
Yeah.
Educate yourself for the
Uh-oh.
same amount of years. For 18 years, someone else educated you.
Okay.
So now when you become an adult, now you educate yourself to what you want to be educated upon.
Yeah.
And you do that for the same length of time, because time is life. So you going to feel the barrel of the gun if you don't do it, and you're going to feel the other side, the reward for doing it.
That's right.
Because all this is based on equal proportion.
And I noticed that the school system doesn't teach you family value. It teach you how to prepare for some job on down the road. That's what the education is all about.
That's all about.
And it sure don't teach you nothing about moral, because you won't find nothing of moral
Of more.
in the education system. They told you they don't even want you praying, but they got you pledging allegiance
And not praying.
to a flag. We just pointing out some things here that what's going on in the school system. You got your pledge of allegiance, you got you repeating and reciting certain rituals before you even get cranked up.
See, and that's where your parents come in, because your parents gonna give you the morals before you even go to any place or any location. Don't do this. Do this. So this is why I'm saying you got to go through your parents, meaning your parents already gave you the right instructions because they come from the Creator. So they going to give you the best they can. Now, once you go into the world and you start not listening to what your parents said, and you start doing the opposite.
What the teacher's telling you.
What the teacher's telling you. See, this is the test of trial. To see, are you ready, and you growing to see, do you got respect for your Creator?
Yeah. Can I pause, jump in here for a moment? Now, see, you can bear witness to what you just said, because I don't know what age you was at the time when you had the teacher crawl on you about what you wouldn't do because you wouldn't participate in the Christmas program. What age was that?
Yep, that was 2nd grade.
Look at that. You bear witness to that in your 2nd grade. That what the teacher was trying to get you to do and what your parents had already told you.
Yeah.
You bear witness to that.
Now, did I go with the teacher or did I go with my parents? See, and that's the test of the trial.
See that?
Because if you will disobey your parents, you will disobey the Creator.
Yes, indeed.
Especially if someone else is telling you what to do. See, if you know that go against your parents, and to go against your parents is to go against the Creator, it don't matter who telling you what.
Yeah.
See, and that's what the
Yeah.
teachers or them gens was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They was creating this playground
Yeah.
for people to play in the
Yeah.
space because you
Yeah.
were away from your parents.
That's right. And that's
So-
when the devil grab you, hold on you.
This is how it all happens. This is why by the time they get to 12th grade, you can't tell them nothing.
Yeah.
The people who brought them in the world can't tell the other people nothing.
Yeah.
And it's because of this practice right here.
Right on. And I like to say, point out one more other thing. This is why we have a gender problem today. Now it's gone from gender to transgender.
Mm-hmm.
Look what's going on.
Look what's going on.
No more male and no more female. Everything is trans now. Well, it's by, I think when I hear the word trans, it's by like transportation. We finna move on down the road now.
Right.
Where we going? On our way to hell. The dead end.
And we know, every child know they didn't learn that from their parents. So who taught
The
this?
school.
This is what we're saying.
The legislature.
Right.
People on Capitol Hill coming up with all these old clever ideas.
Right. So this is why we got to understand it's gens walking around.
That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
people that's willing to take you off the path you on.
That's what I'm talking about.
And this
Gen
is,
government.
yes, this is what we got to realize. Most places that we have been young, we have been around gens. These people tell you what you just stated as a talking point. They rather you pray to a flag instead of pray to your creator.
Yeah. The flag don't replace your creator.
There you go.
Huh?
And we know flag made by man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it's speaking on, which is starting to turn ourselves from the words of truth, slowly but surely. Turning ourselves away from truth. So now you'll start looking at transgenderism.
Yeah.
You start looking at the things that are opposite of truth.
Yeah.
Then number 7 says, or the true wonders of a loving and divine creator.
Ooh-wee.
See, evil people don't want to hear that your creator is loving and divine.
Yeah.
That he would not wish torment, hate, hell, or even blood
Yeah.
to be shed.
Yeah.
That is the work of gens. That is not even the work of angels. Angels don't have blood spilled.
Yeah.
So for people to ignore that the creator loves us by giving us life, come on. What's more loving than giving you life?
And people want to take life away. They don't even respect. Look at the side today. They don't even respect life.
Right. They worship death. They ate from the tree of knowledge, meaning the tree of knowledge in Hebrew, that word is called death. They called the tree of knowledge in Hebrew death.
Look at that.
So when people or Adam and Eve, when they ate from the tree, they ate from the tree of death. This is why the tree of life was talking about immortal life, and whoever eat from this tree shall not die.
That's right.
But the serpent, which is the jinn, tricked Adam and Eve into the law, saying that if you eat,
Yeah.
see, this is the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
We talking about if you eat from this tree, you shall be like God.
Yeah.
This was the trick that the teachers was teaching.
Uh-huh.
See, if you worship these worships, you will be like God.
Yeah.
God worship holidays. God worship flags.
Oh, man.
See, these are the things that
Yeah.
people are told
Yeah.
and are
Yeah.
told in words that God start
Yeah.
to worship. No, God
Yeah.
don't worship none of these
Yeah.
things.
And we have two words that they put together called Thanksgiving. And every year, families get together for these two words called Thanksgiving. And now everybody get together and cook a bunch of food, and they call it Thanksgiving. And this, you mean to tell me this the only time that the family can come together is on Thanksgiving? I'm asking a question now.
Oh,
You gotta wait a whole year? 1 year? Well, didn't you hear what he said earlier? Time.
yes,
All that time wasted.
yes.
365 days, and you chose one day to get together, one day to make a special for a family day. Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame. And one more other sweet day coming up, and that's gonna be Christmas.
Yep, another day coming.
Another wonderful day coming up, and that'll be the 2 days, and that's all we got for y'all.
Yeah.
All them other days wasted?
Who's setting these up?
Oh.
Because
the
that's not the
oppressor.
creator. Right.
The jinn.
The jinns is setting
The
this up.
jinn.
See, and this is what people are worshiping.
And don't realize.
And don't realize it because they stop reading the words of truth. That's a true wonder to have a loving and a divine creator. That is nothing.
I can't stress that enough, nor find the words to explain.
Right. The unbelievers, they disavow the miracle. Remember we read the miracle of creation. The miracle of creation. We look at, like, we ourselves can't create a holiday. This is what I mean. Like, this is how you know you are worshiping jinns, because your whole line ain't even made up a holiday yet for your own family or for your own self. But you going off the world where the precepts told you not of the world. But you doing worldly things.
Worldly thing. That's a worldly thing that somebody set up for you.
Right. What's worthy is understanding the divine and the love from our creator, and that how the miracle of creation come from nothing. So why are you worrying? And this is the next thing, the unbeliever. They believe in nothing. Atheists, you call them in these times.
Yeah.
They believe in nothing.
Yeah.
You in creation, but you believe in nothing.
Then the old hard-headed atheist, he has a hell of a nerve because of the fact that he didn't create the creation, but now all of a sudden he believes in this, that it ain't no creator.
There you go.
But yet he exists.
He exists. This is the
And he
foolishness.
didn't create himself.
Yes, that's the foolishness that people are adopting from weirdos to me. Why would you adopt thoughts that's not from the divine creator? All my ways come from the divine creator, and it comes from study.
I ain't never been no atheist, but I ain't know what I know. I ain't never thought like that.
If you don't study the words of the creator, you won't have thoughts of the creator. You can only have thoughts from picking up words. So you got to pick up words through studying. You study words so you can know if they associate with your divine creator.
Yep.
And if they don't associate with your divine creator, you don't have to do nothing. It don't matter who says it.
That's right.
This is where the test comes back now. Because we have to love our creator for creating creation.
Right on.
And if we don't believe in nothing, that means we don't believe in the miracle, which came from nothing. So now those people who don't believe in God, but they believe in nothing, is called atheists. And now atheists is running the world.
Yeah.
These jinns, they don't believe in nothing. They don't worship the angels.
Nope.
They don't worship the creator.
Nope.
So tell me, what do jinns worship?
Yeah.
The unbelief.
Busybody.
Yes. This is the stupidity, number 10. This is the stupidity of unbelief.
Ooh-wee.
That you believe in nothing.
There it go right there. Ooh, so that's all that is. That atheist ain't nothing but a big ball of stupidity.
A big ball of stupidity.
And he needs you to think like him and believe like him.
Yes. And this is what Jews, Persians, and Christians worship right now. That is called Kabbalah. They don't know it, but the Kabbalist knows it. Who set it up for them? The God they worship in the Bible is called Ayin Sof in Kabbalah. And when you look up the word Ayin, that means nothing. So the people at the top level of God that keep pushing out God, they actually believe in nothing. Because the Kabbalists already designed it as a false scripture for God to mean nothing. But we don't know that because we don't study. And since we don't study, we don't know these words are pointing you to nothing. So when you should be worshiping something of the divine creator. Number 11 says, this is the stupidity of unbelief. Remember, 11, that one who can see, and one who hears can hear.
Oh, my.
But a conscience so full of mischief and ill intentions.
Ill intentions.
See, this is what the conscience must do. Must pluck out its eyes towards itself against wisdom.
Man.
This is why you don't want to fill your conscience with bad, negative. You're not going to be able to live. You're not going to be able to live in the world because wisdom going to be within you attacking your consciousness. And if you don't know what's attacking your consciousness, you're going to commit suicide or you're going to say you want to die.
Yeah.
See, and these are the things that people don't understand because they give life to social media. They give life to people who are not speakers of knowledge. They give life to people you know that then devote themselves for what you seen. Remember, it says you can see. You can see who devoted in life and who not. You can hear people's words, but you choose to believe people that you don't know. You choose to believe people that you can't see. You choose to see things that you know don't even exist in your environment. But you start accepting it in your mind.
And now, when I hear the word social media, just look at the people that wants to join and get out there and put all their business, join the in crowd. Like they're doing something.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Like they going something. And see, this is why we need these heavy touches, because most people don't know this. When they think of consciousness, they don't think this right here. So this is what consciousness is. Wisdom is the consciousness. Wisdom is the consciousness. So now, if you have filled your consciousness with the opposite of wisdom, and your consciousness is wisdom, now you have created what we will say a mind full of mischief and ill intentions. And now you must pluck out your own eyes in order to ward yourself against your own consciousness. Meaning kill yourself. And pick up a gin. These gins will take you right down and help you carry it out. So you can live, just like I say, so you can spend your time in spirit. And so understand that you need to pray for your people who don't know this stuff because they in this. It's equal proportion. If they didn't love their creator, it says that you can deny the truth of Allah, but love humanity, and you have a better chance to enter paradise. This is how important love is. that you could deny the truth of Allah, but love humanity and enter paradise.
Oh, deny?
Because this is how important love comes before truth. When he's talking about truth should make you free, it's not talking about that truth. It's talking about once you understand love. Yeah. This is why 1 John is all about love. Mm-hmm. But people didn't get that far. Or your Bible or your pastor and preacher don't read from it. So you'll never understand that you're supposed to be so loving throughout your whole life. So you could build this eternity in your life. What you think? You gonna have a bank account, but not by not putting money in it? So you think you're gonna have eternity by not living eternity?
Right on.
Eternity, that's why it tells us first, eternity is eternal love, y'all. Community love is eternal love. Wisdom is eternal love. Truth is eternal love. Purity is eternal love. So if consciousness is the wisdom, if wisdom is the consciousness, and if one mind is full of mischief and intentions, this is how the consciousness kills itself.
And you know for a fact that we run into people with a lot of mischief and we see how they behave. Mm-hmm. You can bear witness to all this, to what we're studying and learning. Mm-hmm. Everybody can.
Right.
You should see this, and you should be gonna come in contact with all this mischief.
Mm-hmm. We should have. 15, and the power of Allah to forgive. They don't want.
Now that's another thing people got a problem with.
Forgiveness.
They hold on to it, the bad. Mm-hmm. What about the good?
Yeah, what about the good?
You won't hold on to the good, but you'll take that bad every time and use that as a hammer to hammer somebody with. Mm-hmm. Every time you see him, you pull out your hammer. Mm-hmm.
Pull out the hammer with the repetition of truth, driving it that nail home. Oh, man. 16. Thus, the unbeliever or the deceiver preaches the weak not to see. Preaches the weak not to hear.
Oh, boy.
But preaches to chant, to pray, like birds snapping at insects. This is what we are told. I hear the word prayer when it comes to God more than any connection. Not action, living.
Yeah.
You're talking about just praying. People pray but then go do evil.
Nah, that don't make no sense.
How you gonna pray and then go drink alcohol? I mean, like, come on, man. Like, we don't understand the Creator.
And you ever notice a person who been drinking like a drunken sailor? When he get off that alcohol and start being who he is, you can even see the difference.
You see the difference.
Can't you?
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen him call no name, bear no drink. I hadn't seen him to just the other night.
Yeah.
And he was like a different person.
Right. We seen it too.
I said
one loud, yeah. His voice wasn't even hollering, yeah.
Yeah. Call no name, bear no blame.
Hey, right.
Can you see the difference?
Can see the difference.
Even the conversation was different.
It'd be all different. That's how you know stuff put in stuff. Like it said, that drink brings stuff. Yeah. That drink brings stuff and put it in you. Yeah. When it's not normally in you. Mm-hmm. And you'll start doing things that's not normally in you. Mm-hmm. So now when we're talking about the preacher is guilty too.
Yeah.
Because he's teaching his congregation.
Sure is. Poisoning
Yes, to not see.
their mind.
Yes, to not hear. But to pray and to chant.
Yep.
See, this is what unbelievers do. So are we actually using number 18?
Yeah.
Are we actually thinking and we actually using feeling?
Uh-huh.
Or are we like the preachers
Well, that's what's
and the
going
fake
on.
teachers
That's what's going on.
that you are without thinking
Yeah.
and without feeling?
Yeah. I want to ask a preaching question now. Let's just pause for the cause and just look and take this for a moment. Look at all the preaching that's been going on in every state and throughout the world, and just look at our condition. That explains why we all messed up and shook up and everything you could think of. Just take a look around. Tell me what you see. Look at our condition. What we doing on the bottom rung? Everybody climbing up, passing us, preaching up a storm. I'll leave it right there.
Because he using the congregation to stand on their shoulders is just like how everything goes. Right. So he can go to the higher self. He needs someone to be the foundation, the base,
Yeah.
to stand on,
Yeah.
the ground. So he need his congregation to be his ground so he can stand on and raise himself up while they stay below him, and he never give them the keys. What it was talking about, the Pharisees and the Sadducees locked them out to heaven, but not by having the keys, but not giving them the keys. See, these people have keys, but they're not giving them the keys they do have. And that can only be done without thinking. When I think about this stuff and feeling, that's why KOS exists. Because you cannot have that without. Just like Masons came alive and they created their lodges and temples for it to exist. Churches came alive for them to build their organization, for congregations to come.
Yeah.
KOS got the truth and did what it do with it.
Yeah.
Started itself.
Yeah.
But we don't roll with Masons and Eastern Stars. We don't do practices of congregation. We don't do none of those, because those are false scriptures, false ways, and they are not of the Creator. So it's until that one is coming forth in a devoted spirit to find these truths out.
Right on.
Not to have communion with the devil,
Yeah.
pretending that's God.
Yeah.
This is what our people are doing. Communion with the devil, pretending it's God.
Yeah. And one other thing that is going on, the tithe money. All that money being taken up every Sunday. KOS don't pass not one collection plate around, or do we have any?
Nope.
And ain't nobody giving KOS a dime. And anybody out there in the internet land wants to donate, all well and good. But ain't nobody giving us a dime.
Yeah, called
We
charity.
operating on love alone.
Charity is what Islam is built on. Charity, not tithing.
You ain't got to pay.
I'm going to be a gift to you.
10%.
Yeah, I'm going to be a gift to you. You don't have to be a gift to me, but I'm going to be a gift to you. That's called purity of speech and charity. This is why I love Islam, because of the purity in it, and it matches my nature, not what other organizations and institutions.
Yeah.
This is not an organization, not an institution. This is our descent family line,
Right.
and this is our divine creed.
That's that love.
You can't organize this. You can't copyright this. You can't set this up with no state. You can't set this up as no business. This is not no business. KOS is not no business. This is a philanthropy for charity, backed by sincerity and faith.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm going to get my reward. I'm not studying about the physical. The physical is taken care of by the Creator. I didn't make the physical. The Creator made the physical. So as I work for the Creator, the physical going to be taken care of because the Creator take care of the physical.
Right on. Beautiful.
And so when we understand what we need to understand, this is truth in the fact. So without thinking and without feeling, this is why you need to be told what is true and what is wicked.
Yep.
But me, when I have thinking and I have feeling, I don't need to be told what is wicked and that which is true. I knew God would not sacrifice his only beloved son. You don't need high level books to know that.
That's right.
Feeling wise, someone loved would not kill.
That's right.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Why would the Creator bring his son down to kill his son?
Be tortured and murdered.
Right.
That. I mean, they tortured him before they murdered him.
So that show you
Something wrong.
that's jinn worship.
That's jinn worship. Right on.
So now that's why we don't call Jesus over here. We call Jesus Esau.
Right on.
Because they have sinned his name. They have pulled his name down to sin.
Sure did.
And blaspheming the Creator. He never blasphemed the Creator.
That's right.
So to have Jesus' words back in pristine purity, we have to go with Esau. And that's where Salam comes from. Because this is the pure teachings. Not the respected of a person, a pastor, a deacon, a master mason, a general worshiper, a grand sovereign general inspector, a royal art master. None of these pay no attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to your divine Creator and yourself that's within the body. And you'll get all the glory you need to get.
Right on. And I like to say to the crucifixion, that's an act of jinn.
Yes, that's an act of jinn worship. And we know a person with love would never hang, cross.
Yeah.
Yes.
Drive a nail through his hand.
Right.
His feet. Like that don't hurt.
Yes. Alive. They did this alive, y'all. That's what I'm saying. And then got the nerve to say this is the imagery you worship in the name.
Yeah. And these idiots wearing crosses around their neck as though they help promoting the crucifixion.
That's what it's called. I'm glad you said that. They're not wearing a cross. The cross is the physical body. When you wear something and it looks like that, that's called a crucifixion.
Yeah.
That's a the cross you saying and seeing, that's really called a crucifixion.
Yeah.
A crucifix.
Yeah.
The cross is a It has the cross. You know, like the KOS symbol. How it crosses.
Yeah.
Or the you see how it goes like this and it comes down to the it crawls from the physical to the spiritual.
Yeah.
See, the cross or the crucifix don't do that. And that's a symbol of death. When you worship death, that's why the was called the symbol of life.
Yeah.
So what's the symbol of death? The cross.
The cross, right on.
What Jesus died on. And that's why we got to understand the flesh dies.
Yep.
This is why this is the original cross that you have to pick up. Not that you're going to die, it's you so you don't die. That's how you never die, is to pick up your physical body and walk in the light of the spiritual to the divine. And watch, you won't die. This is guaranteed, y'all. Y'all think people who pay bills guaranteed on the first and the third. Man, this is so guaranteed that you wouldn't even care about the first and the third.
I heard that.
Every day is the first and the third.
Right on. Beautiful saying.
Our Creator love us to life.
Right on. And may I jump in here a minute? Because on that first and that third, you still miserable. After you get your check.
Yeah. Ooh, yes. Number 20, if a man tells you to kill those who abandon the faith of Islam, 21, if they tell you this is demanded by Allah. 22, then the gifts given to you by Allah should be enough to see through such evil and false scripture.
See that?
See, Allah don't care if you abandon the faith of Islam.
See that?
Allah don't care. Why? Because that will make him cruel. You got free will. You choose what you want to choose. So just like I choose Islam, you choose what you want to choose. Because you're going to choose how you die.
There you go.
I'm going to choose how I live. And I choose the way of Islam as a way of life, not as a way to die.
Right on.
So I don't choose death in no form or fashion. I chose life in all forms of fashion. That's why I don't eat meat, because that's killing life forms.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to have no participation in it. But I did eat meat. And so when I found that out, that's why I stopped. I'm devoted to the Creator.
Beautiful.
The Creator saved my life when the external world tried to crucify.
Right on. Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's what was within that saved my life, and it spoke to me. Just like the angels that speak to the higher self, the messengers of the divine. I had to find and search that out myself. Not go and ponder on it.
Right on.
I had to go find this out and search this out, because something saved my life, and I want to know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
And that's called wisdom. Wisdom spoke from out the highest plane of life and saved my life, just like it's going to do when you think the death date comes.
Yeah.
No, I'm birthed into a higher life. This is what the Creator have designed for at least myself, because I claimed it. I told the Creator, I'm not going back. The life you saved me for, the wisdom that you gave me, everybody can have whatever they have. I know what's real, because I've been through the shadows of valley, or the valleys of death. And these things is not cute.
Tell me about it.
It's a lot of pain.
I know I have.
I went through more pain than I have went through more life. That pain have brought us to the point where searching out, because nothing on the physical can relieve this pain except something divine. And so now when we're talking about understanding, that's why Allah, He wouldn't care if you abandon the faith of Islam. Because you are giving gifts.
Yeah.
You are already given the gift. So Allah ain't no Indian giver. He's not going to take something back what He gave you. You going to have to use it to your best ability. 23 says the greatest transgression above all others is to kill in the name of Allah.
Look at that. Look at that.
See?
Look at that.
Allah don't have nothing to do with death. So 24, if a man or woman chooses to abandon the faith, not the religion, the faith of Islam, to turn their back on Allah, then let them be. This is what we do. We let them be.
And I just gotta say something. In and back out. Just look over here at what they call the USA. That's all you see is abandonment. Because ain't nothing over here but Christian. And what that you just read? If a man or woman chooses to abandon the faith of Islam. That's all I gotta say.
If they want to turn their back on Allah, let them be.
That's what it says in 25.
That's what I love about Islam. Go be you.
Do your thing,
Yeah,
baby.
go be you. 26. Allah will be reminded of the error of their actions
Uh-oh.
in good time.
Uh-oh.
So do not be so blasphemous as to assume the role of judge of apostates. See, we don't blaspheme,
Oh.
acting like we superior over you.
Yeah.
We are all equal at
Yeah.
KOS.
Yeah.
Ain't no superior, ain't no inferior. If you ain't equal, then you not equal under the law of Allah. Allah made all of us equal to Allah. But this is what secret societies want to hide.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all secret societies worship jinns.
Yeah.
Who would want to hide
That's
love? They always talk about you don't.
And the truth, and the secret is to keep you from the truth.
Is to keep you from the
That's
truth.
what all this secret society
Yeah,
about.
to keep us from the truth. So we must not be so blasphemous. Blasphemous.
Man.
Without thinking and feeling. 28. As judge of the apostates, as this is a position reserved only for Allah. 29. A grave transgression it is to display such arrogance.
Goodness gracious.
Such blasphemy
Ooh-wee.
is a grave transgression. Remember they said you could blaspheme the Father, the Son, but if you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, okay. We think you think you can just go down here and play. That's why we reading about the jinns, so you'll be chilling with the jinns.
Yeah.
You'll be in the abyss with the jinns. That's what they do.
Yeah. That's right. That's correct.
So the word apostate, we're going to bring that in. The word apostate means one who forsakes his religion or faith.
Forsake.
A defection, a desertion, a rebellion. Literally to stand off. So unfaithful to the divine creed. So it's only up to Allah to know who left and who didn't leave.
Yep. When I hear this and I read this, I have to truly give the prophet notice to Ali. He did great work. It
Great
is
work.
self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory. He was
And
sung by
I
Allah.
don't see nobody else did what he did.
It's through him how we get to that Al Sufyan.
That's right. Because we done read about what everybody has done. All the people who came and stood up, whether in a mosque or a church or a synagogue, and opened their mouth. We've heard with our own ears,
Yeah.
and we have seen their action from sight alone.
From sight alone.
So we know who's who, because this is the correction. The super is going to point everything out.
Point everything out.
And now we know who did what. And was it right and exact, or was it off?
Yes.
Huh?
That's what we need. We need 100% truth.
That's what that old crooked judge asked for. In his court, in his kangaroo court, he said he want the whole truth, not
Right.
part of it. Because
Not
he's trying
part.
to determine something, a situation at hand. And this is how you find out.
That's how we find out. That complete mind. We can go to the Sufa 51.
That was beautiful, don't unbelievable.